In today's video,
Poor guy.
Has it come to the point in this country where they're having to literally box up chicken?
England for the English!
The racists, the fascists, all of us stand together.
Some British people do the same thing when they move to Spain, Portugal, or other places.
We're all being manipulated. You're being manipulated, I'm being manipulated, and so is everybody else.
anyone traveling to the United Kingdom right now, I would think twice about it. We have a compilation of disturbing videos that are going to prove the UK is not safe. It is not safe. All right, let's start with this. A murder investigation has been launched after a man in his 20s died following a stabbing on North Road in Southall shortly after midnight on Wednesday. 7 men were arrested on suspicion of murder, 6 remain in custody, while the 7th remains in hospital with injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening. This is the 45th confirmed, publicly reported murder investigation in London launched by the Met Police in 2026. Now, this happened in Ilford only a few days ago, where a young child can be seen hanging from the window.
Where's the family?
Hurry up!
The baby's come down the window. You going? Hello? Oh! Well done!
Yeah, well done, but tell me how she ended up hanging out of a window. So the phone thieves are still lurking.
Que rouba bike. Os cara que rouba celular aí. Ô, ladrão, ladrão! Ô! Acabou de roubar o celular da menina ali, ó. Caralho. Olha lá ele. Pegar ele, vamos pegar ele. Pegar a porra ali de novo.
For more disorder taking place in Finsbury Park, where we have a group of youths having a brawl with security guards. Let's check this out.
Oh, shit. Hey, oh my days. Oh, what's going on? Hey, relax. Hey, easy. Oh my days. What kind of... Oh my days. Relax. Bloody hell, you kids. Oh my days. Hey. Oh my days. Poor guy. Hey, relax. Hey, security, go back indoors. Go back indoors. Hey, relax.
Don't do that.
Poor guy, come on.
You ain't got no manners?
Kids, man.
What's wrong with you?
Fucking hell.
So much.
What, the security guy touched the kids first?
Yeah, these got laid hands on them first.
This happens when you're trying to help people. Yeah? Yeah, I mean, mad.
Wallahi. Billahi Allah.
Just to let you guys know, all of this over Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards in big 2026. Now, this protest got out of hand last week in London, where Iranian protesters and Palestinian protesters, they clashed. They come together and they clashed. Let's check this.
Don't touch us. Don't touch her.
Has it come to the point in this country where they're having to literally box up chicken because people are stealing it? Bruh. This isn't even a joke. Look at that. 2 bits of chicken boxed up. That's crazy.
Oh shit!
Hey, you can't fight there, mate.
Kill him! He can't fight there, what's going on?
England for the English! England for the English! England for the English!
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. England for the English in Belfast last night. Yeah. Now people are starting to see exactly who the kinds of people were causing all that devastation and destruction. Torching people's homes, cars, families having to evacuate their homes, their streets, all sorts of stuff going on. And it's those people shouting England for the English who are causing it. Yeah, nice. It's also worth noting as well that whilst they've been attacking people and have been attacking people of colour as well, and targeting them specifically through looking at their windows and going, oh look, a person of colour, and then they begin their heinous assault, they've also done that to one of their own, as you'll see here.
He stood right over there and watched the whole house go up.
How are you feeling about that?
I've lost a home, man. 13 years out here.
Now, firstly, when I say one of their own, I do mean, of course, a Caucasian individual. I do not mean that this man is part of them. Clearly, he is not. What has been noticed, though, is that there are more and more racial attacks happening as we speak. This is abhorrent. This is disgusting. I was on a live earlier this afternoon. The amount of comments who were supporting attacking people of colour was fucking outrageous and outlandish. And I'm half tempted to go back through that live, find every single comment that does it and post it, so all of you people on this app can be aware. If you see these people in your lives, you can get rid of them, mute them, block them, out them if you know who they actually are, just so people can actually see what some scumbags are really like. Fuck the racists, fuck the fascists. All of us stand together, we will always outnumber them.
But the situation in Belfast has literally got way out of control. Police and the political leaders are appealing for calm, but it doesn't look like this is stopping anytime soon. And the question you ask is, what do you achieve? Like, what do you want to achieve out of this? So this CCTV footage right here captures the moment the home of an imam and his family was firebombed in an attack.
I don't think you understand how fucked this is. You do not understand how horrified people are in Belfast right now. I have dozens of people in my DMs right now thanking me about spreading awareness about what's happening in Belfast because they are terrified for their lives alongside their families, scared that their parents won't make it home from work. Just have a look at some of these videos. Just have a look at what these people are going through right now. We have dozens upon dozens of families burnt out of their family homes, left homeless, lives, generations completely ruined, innocent people rendered homeless because of these riots, because of nothing but hatred. Do you understand how fucked this is? Because God forbid this energy is replicated down here in the south, because I promise you right now, there will be carnage. What's happening right now in Belfast is a living fucking nightmare, with violence still ongoing, groups attacking police, setting fires still, and still targeting properties linked to ethnic minority groups. The police service of Northern Ireland have even deployed water cannons in an attempt to disperse crowds, but this is also coming at a time, guys, where political leaders from across the spectrum are coming out to not only condemn the riots, but saying that we should not be treating all ethnic groups like this because of the actions of one Sudanese man. Because, by the way, that's how this whole thing even started. A Sudanese man in Ireland took the life of another person. He is now going to rot in jail. Why does everybody else now have to pay for his crimes? Anyone and everyone currently living within Belfast or Northern Ireland have confirmed that these riots are ruining lives. They are bloody horrific and they need to stop.
I moved to the UK around 11 years ago, and I worked in many different fields, from manufacturing to making cocktails, as well as delivering parcels, picking, packing and driving forklifts in warehouses. Wherever I worked, I came across many different people with different nationalities, cultures and religions. And what I noticed is that the younger they are, the more integrated they become. People often talk about immigrants as if they arrive in Britain determined to replace British culture, reject integration, or impose religion on everyone else. But that's not what I've noticed through personal experience.
It's not the case, is it really? It's not the case.
I've worked with people from all over the world. Polish, Indian, Pakistani, Nigerian, Turkish, Albanian, Portuguese, and many others. Different cultures, religions, and backgrounds. What I consistently noticed is that the younger generations tend to integrate more and more into British society. Nobody forces the British people to buy Korean cars, Japanese phones, Indian or Chinese foods. They do it because they actually like them. For many of the foreigners, my two daughters included, English becomes their first language. Their humor, music, slang, and daily habits become British, while their parents' language and culture become second. They grow up in British schools, consume the same media as everyone else, and often end up questioning traditions or religious beliefs they inherited from their parents.
Exactly.
And the statistics largely support this as well. According to the Office for National Statistics, the percentage of people in England and Wales identifying as having no religion increased from this to this. The UK government's own Migration Advisory Committee reported in 2025 that most migrants speak good English, and that English proficiency increases significantly among people who arrived younger or have lived in Britain longer. The same report also found that better English proficiency strongly correlates with employment, wages, and civic participation, which are key indicators of integration. None of this means there are no isolated communities or people who reject parts of British culture, and honestly, I don't understand them either. Every country has groups that stay inside their own cultural bubbles. Some British people do the same thing when they move to Spain, Portugal, or other places. But portraying immigrants as a whole, people trying to enforce their culture on the country they moved to, kind of ignores reality. Most immigrants came here because they wanted to become part of Britain and build a better life here, not because they wanted to recreate the countries they left behind.
Exactly.
And usually, the longer families stay in Britain, the more culturally British the next generation becomes, while still keeping parts of their heritage at home. Maybe.
Exactly, maybe, he said. So that even then, some people's culture gets eradicated. They fully become British.
We're all being manipulated. You're being manipulated, I'm being manipulated, and so is everybody else. And the nature of this manipulation all depends on you. We've got personalised gaslighting now, thanks to the algorithm. And here's how it works, right? If you're a bit of an idiot, they'll serve you loads of culture war stuff. Loads of anti-immigration stuff. They'll tell you London is a no-go zone now, thanks to immigration, despite the fact that violent crime is at its lowest ever level in London. Now, for most other people, they look at that content and they can see that it's blatantly bullshit designed to manipulate people. But if you're an idiot, right, you will fall for it. But what if you're smarter? You know, what if you're a bit smarter than that? How are they going to pull the wool over your eyes then? Well, you get different types of content, right? Pitched at your level. Perhaps you get loads of content about narcissistic abuse in relationships, often from, you know, content creators who have no qualifications or expertise in personality disorders. If you watch enough of that content, you know, it will undermine trust and validity in your relationships, because sooner or later they'll mention something which is, you know, vaguely similar to something a partner or a family member of yours does. But, you know, either way, the outcome's the same, right? It makes you feel isolated. It makes you question yourself. It makes you question your relationships and their security. It makes you feel alone. That's the point. So much of the content you see is designed to make you feel alone. And the smarter you are, the more subtle it is. But like I say, you know, the message is the same. You are alone and you can't trust anybody, even your nearest and dearest. That's what the algorithm wants to tell us every single day. It wants us to feel alone. It wants us to feel isolated. The more lonely and isolated people feel, the more time people spend doing this, you know, scrolling through posts. The more time you spend listening to me. So today, right, just for today, when you go out, smile at people, right? And try, if you get the opportunity, to, you know, just engage in one random act of kindness for a stranger, right? Just make someone's day, all right? Because everybody's being fed the same poison. And I've noticed it out and about in the community, you know, people are angrier than they used to be, you know? The atmosphere is just, you know, there's tension in the air that I never used to feel before, right? And it makes sense because from, you know, the moment people wake up, they're being fed stuff to make them feel alone, to make them feel angry, to make them feel isolated. And we can, you know, consciously and mindfully decide to break that by treating each other with just a bit of kindness and respect in our day-to-day interactions. To provide each other with reminders that this screen, this feed that you've got, it's not the real world, all right? It's not.
Oh, I think we needed to hear that just to know that we've got some sane people in the world that actually do care and are awake. You know what? I've got so many videos and so many updates to bring to your attention, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to have to do another one. I'll probably release another one of these in the next couple of days. So don't go anywhere. Hit that like button and leave all your thoughts, all your comments down below. I need to know exactly what you're thinking after watching those videos right there. That right there wasn't even the half of it. We've got so many more videos that prove the UK is just not safe at this moment of time. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with another one. Hit that like button, turn your notification bells on, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.